Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 75 of Brat Said That. I'm your host, Brad Jackson, along with my co-producer, Chad LGBT. And right now, right this very second, we got UFC 329 happening live in Las Vegas. Paddy the Baddie, oh, Paddy the Baddie. He's making his entrance. He's facing Benoit Saint Denis in the co-main event. But tonight, the night is focused on the return of the Mac, return of McGregor. Yes, the controversial figure, one of the biggest names in MMA history, is returning for the first time in 5 years. We are going to have a watch-along directly after episode 75. So, depending how long this fight between Paddy and Benoit Saint Denis, we might just continue doing the watch-along or get off and, do a whole other video of Conor versus Max. But hey, welcome. Hope everybody had a great weekend. It is Saturday. Hope everybody is having a good time, because right now I'm having a good time and UFC's on. I love when there's UFC. I made my predictions of the main card. We always start inside the squared circle, but I don't know where to start off now. But UFC 329 is happening right now. Paddy the Baddie, he's coming out. Benoit Saint Denis, he will be making his way to the octagon soon. But why not we start inside the squared circle? We'll go back to the octagon in just a few, because we got SmackDown results. We got SummerSlam just around the corner, and it is official. CM Punk, yes, the new WWE champion, is going to take on Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam for the WWE Championship. I was talking to a buddy at work today. Is this going to headline night 2? Is this going to headline night 1? Is Ober and Brock going to headline? Listen, WWE is in a good place when you have a lot of matches that can headline the second biggest show of the year. But Punk and Cody, I think, is going to headline night 2. But we'll see, because, Gunter, he's out there. He's upset. He wants his belt. Well, actually, he never won the belt. He wants CM Punk. He wants Cody. He wants Sami Zayn. But his focus right now is against Nick Aldis. Yes, the SmackDown general manager, the former NWA World Heavyweight Champion, Nick Aldis, got choked out not once but twice by Gunter. So I think we might see, coming out of retirement, Nick Aldis versus Gunter at SummerSlam. Because Nick Aldis did announce at Saturday night's main event it's going to be CM Punk and Cody Rhodes teaming up to take on Sami Zayn and Gunter. Gunter was not happy about that, and he put him in the rear naked choke or the sleeper hold or whatever you can call it, but it's got to be good. I've been waiting for Nick Aldis to come out of retirement. I've been waiting for Adam Pearce to be coming out of retirement, but it seems like that's going to happen at SummerSlam. SmackDown yesterday was really good. Finn Balor, he's still in a little feud with the former NFTs, the Tell a friend, whatever. He's still in that, MFT section of life, and he's going to have to get out of that. Jimmy Usos and Royce Keys, they're still going at it too. It's like Jacob doesn't listen to Royce Keys or doesn't listen to Jimmy Uso. That's a whole mess on SmackDown. But I think the biggest thing on SmackDown is the return of Baron Corbin. Yes, Baron Corbin, end of days, he has come back. The rumors have been going over the internet for months. We've talked about it. We thought, can Baron Corbin be who Danhausen has experimented on? But I did get word from my work buddies too, because I have a lot of wrestling fans at work. They might say that Enzo and Cass, yes, both of them, Enzo in the in the wooden box, and then Cass underneath the sheet. I mean, I can see Enzo coming out. That tag team division needs tag teams in that division. But Baron Corbin's back. He took out Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes. I've said it week after week after week that United States Championship division is good with Trick and Ricky and Carmelo. Now you add Baron Corbin, the former United States champion. Even better. Yeah, so Baron Corbin came. He doesn't. Not every day a return is a spectacular return. He just interfered in the match, hit those motherfuckers at the end of days. 1, 2, and now he's on bigger and better things, which is going to be great. So good for Baron Corbin. He's definitely best on SmackDown. It looks like Jacob and Solo got into it. So that family, the bloodline, is very messy still. And looks like Jade Cargill took out Alexa Bliss with a really cool, like, she put Jade put Alexa's arm in the steel chair and like bent it, and yeah, so it's gonna be Jade Cargill and Charlotte coming soon. I think definitely at SummerSlam or something. We can look at SummerSlam results, or not results. I wish I had the results. I can see the future. Brash Adamas. Hope everybody's having a great day. It is 7-11. I hope everybody got their free Slurpee. Yeah, I didn't get a free Slurpee, but let's see. So, SummerSlam coming up August 2nd and 3rd. Liv Morgan versus Io Sky. We know that's going to happen. Oba Femi, Brock Lesnar, Hell in a Cell. Roman versus Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship. Cody versus Punk. Singles match for the undisputed WWE Championship. And Penta versus a gauntlet match winner. So it looks like Monday on Raw, Ethan Page, Rusev, Chad Gable, Dominic Mysterio, Dragon Lee, Javon Evans, and Joe Hendry all going to be in a gauntlet match. That's going to be great. And the winner moves on to SummerSlam to face Penta. I'm calling my prediction right now. Ethan Page, all ego. It's time to put the belt on him. I've been saying that for months. And just go for it. Just do it and get it done. But before Summerfest, if you're Jeremy Piven, we got Saturday night's main event. That's in the world's greatest arena, Madison Square Garden. Danhausen is going to take on JD McDonough. Paige and Brie are going to take on Fatal Influence, Laney Reed and Fallon Hendry. And CM Punk, Cody Rhodes versus Gunter and Sami Zayn. They might add a match, because it's usually like 4 matches on, or 4 or 5 on a Saturday night's main event. But hey, July 18th, that's coming next week. We're going to talk about that. We're going to give our predictions next show. But yeah, love to see Danhausen's face on the MSG. Yeah, how crazy is that? You know, Danhausen's done so much that he is focusing, and his face is on Madison Square Garden. But speaking about coming up, Money in the Bank is coming up in September. WWE released a new promotional material, which is good. I like posters. Oh, maybe we should talk about some of the best posters WWE has ever posted. No pun intended. But yeah, you know, they got their new Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank is exciting when it's exciting. Okay, when you have a holder, hold it for months. You know, maybe go for a cash in, maybe not. You know, let it sizzle. A lot of times it's like bang, 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 same night cash in. We've seen that so much. But this one looks like, oh, hey, Jimmy. We got Io Sky, Penta, Sol Roca, and Trick Williams on top of ladders. The future of WWE looks bright. And at Money in the Bank, that's still in September, a couple months away. But right now, we do, just like we had in WWE, CM Punk is a new WWE champion. Kenny Omega is a new AEW champion. Yes, they took the belt off MJF real quick. I think I heard MJF is injured, but Kenny Omega is the new AEW World Champion. I don't like AEW that much, you know, but Kenny Omega, I saw him live, seeing that guy. He's one of the best in the world to do it. So it's good. I think this is Kenny's second reign, one of the greatest of all times. I don't know if Max or if MJF is hurt, if he's injured, but it sounds like, let's see, this is from Wrestling Inc. reports. Claim AEW title match was originally planned for pay-per-view, but I guess this was pushed back to a Dynamite, and that's why they moved it up, because I think Max is hurt. Let's see, Omega defeated MJF in a match carrying the stipulation that he lost, I don't care what Dave Meltzer says. I don't care what Dave Meltzer says. I don't care what fucking Dave Meltzer says. But it is alright. And now, you know, we got Benoit Saint Denis in the Octagon. Patty the Batty. Oh, Patty. This might be the FIFA World Cup Finals right here. England versus France. You know, because we're going to get to FIFA in a little bit at the later in the show. But, so, before this fight happens, I did pick Patty the Batty to win. Patty Pimblett to win. So, I know Benoit Saint Denis is a tough Frenchman. My co-producer, Chad LGBT, is a Frenchman, so he is watching it. He's excited. But other than that, a couple more AEW news. AEW partners with Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling. Tony Khan announced that MLB Mayhem will stream weekly on My AEW. We talked about My AEW a few weeks ago. So I guess that's just another platform, independent and international wrestling. So that's a good accusation. Anyway, TNA Impact featured 2 championship matches on Thursday night show while the Knockouts Television Championship Tournament continued. I want to look at that because we did talk about the TNA Television Championship for the women tournament because, we love women, we love tournaments, and we love wrestling. So, wow. So it looks like Indy Hartwell moved on. Are they having an NXT too? Okay, so Thea Hall moved on too. And by Elegance, Jada Stone, Jody Threat, Mara Shani, and Heather by Elegance. Okay, so I didn't know they had TNA Evolve. So that's good. I think Indy Hartwell will move on, and I think Indy is the perfect person to put the title on. I do want to talk about Patty's already got him down. He's got a this is gonna be tough. Patty's already got a submission. God, what is that? I don't remember what that's called. But Benoit Saint Denis looks to be in trouble. But is it over already? Patty with a quick submission? No way. Oh, wait. Patty the Batty might be winning. His arms are going to get heavy. He's out. Oh, my God. Patty the Batty wins in 51 seconds. Wow. Okay, so usually when we do these shows, we hope the co-main event goes longer than that. That was it. 51 seconds. Patty the Batty, his first win since January after losing to Justin Gaethje. Wow. That was quick. That is a beautiful submission. What is that called? Anaconda choke, right? Wow, Patty the Batty is just... I'm telling you, it's... Oh, Patty the Batty. Quick win for Patty the Batty. Jeez. But, no matter what, the biggest story in MMA right now is Conor McGregor. He is back. He's going to fight in 32 minutes. And, wow, we have not seen Conor fight since July 2021 in a loss to Dustin Poirier. Listen here. If you go back and watch that fight, Conor was doing pretty good. He lost because of the leg, and Dustin put the pressure on him, but Conor was doing good. He was doing well. But this is 5 years later. This is a whole lifetime for some people. And to, just 5 years. We talk about these fighters, the being rusty, and after a year, 2, but 5 years. And Conor wasn't like he was out there training. He was doing other extracurricular things, But wow, yeah. So I'm sorry, I'm a little blown back from like Patty the Batty and just a quick submission win. Good for Patty. But yeah, so Conor coming back 5 years, and his opponent, Max Holloway, is no easy test. Now, no disrespect to Michael Chandler, but I think if they were like, him coming back to face Chandler, you would feel a little different than that. Chandler, he's had his ups and downs. Max Holloway, he lost his last fight, but that was against one of the greatest of all time, Charles Oliveira, in a fight that was kind of boring. It won Ratworth Award for the BMF Championship. But, yeah, Max Holloway, he's going to bring the pressure. Yes, they fought once, but that was back in 2013. And that was a whole different world, a whole different MMA scope. They were both in their first or second or third MMA UFC fights. I think there's like second or third for Conor, fourth for Max, but still. Max Holloway is a different fighter than what Conor is going to expect. But, hey, we'll have to see. We're going to have to see. But I'm saying it right now. I'm officially saying it right now. 8:14 on 7-Eleven. Max Holloway is defeating the notorious Conor McGregor today. Third round stoppage. Max Holloway, blessed, is going over. But, we talk about the fights tonight. We do have to talk about something. The UFC, they had their, big weekend. And the UFC Hall of Fame happened this weekend. I love the Hall of Fame. I always talk about, stuff like that. So we're going to have to talk about who got inducted in this Hall of Fame this year. Let's see. I wish you had like a just a year by year, but they have different levels. They have the Pioneer wing. This year it was nobody, but last year it was Mark Kerr. The Modern wing they have inducted this year: Dominic Cruz, former UFC bantamweight champion; Demetrius Johnson, who I think is one of the greatest fighters of all time; Chris Weidman, the All-American Long Island zone. He's went in the Hall of Fame, so those are just three amazing fighters. Then you also have the contributor wing, Thomas Gerbazi. I don't know who that is, but longtime UFC.com editor-director for over 20 years. That's crazy. Respected MMA journalist. Hey, maybe I can get the UFC Hall of Fame one day. And of course, the fight wing, Joanna Jędrzejczyk versus Zhang Weili in their fight, UFC 248 for the women's strawweight bout. An amazing fight, regardless of one of the greatest fights in women's history. Weili defeated Joanna by split decision, so good for them. And the Forrest Griffin Community Award goes to Alex Pereira. So that is a Hall of Fame, but there is still more awards to go, and I'm very, very proud about some of these. The 17th annual World MMA Awards happened, and I'm going to read them off right now. Fight of the Year, Joseph Vaughn versus Brandon Royval, UFC 317. Lifetime Achievement Award goes to Duke Rufus, the late Duke Rufus, his legendary MMA coach. Anthony Pettis, Sergio Pettis, that Milwaukee bunch. Knockout of the Year, Mauricio Ruffy defeated Bobby Green via a spinning wheel kick. By the way, King Green won today, 4 minutes and 59 seconds, defeated Terrence McKinney in a hell of a fight. Was losing 99.9% of that fight up until the last 10 seconds. Male Fight of the Year, Marab, the Machine, former UFC bantamweight champion. Female Fight of the Year, Kayla Harrison. Good for her. Commentator of the Year, John Anik. Ring Girl of the Year, Brooklyn Wren. I'm just kind of hoping to win that. Promotion of the Year, UFC. I'm not going to talk about MMA Personality of the Year because I don't like them. MMA Journalist of the Year, Ariel Helwani, 17-time. Wow. Back to back. That is amazing. Ariel Helwani, one of, I know he's not very well in with the UFC, but legend. I met him in 2010, and I was as excited to meet Ariel Helwani as I was meeting the other fighters. Upset of the Year, Renee DeRidler defeated Bo Nickel. That was a big upset. Comeback of the Year, Jared Cannonier defeated Gregory Rodriguez, UFC Vegas 102. You tell me when that is. And then one I'm very proud of, Coach of the Year, John Wood, Syndicate MMA. Yes, I used to train at Syndicate for about 2 years, and I love that gym. And to see see John Wood get Syndicate of the Year, Coach of the Year, so good for him. So happy. Fighting Spirit Award for Ben Askren. Yes, he had that severe lung failure. Came back. Funky is not down, and I think he wrestled at RFA a few days ago. Best MMA Programming, Dana White's Contender Series. I haven't really checked it out. We should watch that more. Referee of the Year, Mark Goddard. Trainer of the Year, Everton Oliveira, American Top Team Coach. Submission of the Year, one of my favorites, Gene Silver over Bryce Mitchell, UFC 314. And then I know I just talked about John Wood, but Gym of the Year, Syndicate MMA. I don't know if you can see, I got Syndicate stuff. I rep them even if I don't train with them anymore. But what a gym! I loved going to that gym, and just training there was amazing. So good for the team, good for Syndicate. I was gonna wear a Syndicate shirt, but my dryer is broken. This is one of the only clean shirts. International Fighter of the Year. We just saw him, Patty Pimpler. MMA Media Source of the Year, Brat Said That. No, MMAJunkie.com. Breakthrough Fighter, Joshua Vaughn. Leading Man, Dana White. So what a insane, amazing. I'm so proud of that. So proud of Syndicate MMA. Moving on. So we did talk about UFC 329. We'll get a little results before the main event happens. We just saw Hattie the Batty. We'll get the official time in a second. He just won with a insane submission. Doris choke, obviously. 52 seconds, first round, Doris choke by Patty Pimblett. Amazing. Mario Batista in a snooze fest defeated Corey Sandhagen. I had Mario Batista. I pretty much saw how it was going to go. Brandon Varvel defeated Lorraine Kavanaugh. Submission, rear naked choke. 3 minutes and 40 seconds in the third round. That was fight. That was a good fight. And then, like we said, the opening match, King Green defeated Terrence McKinney. 4 minutes and 59 seconds in the first round. Amazing. Prelims, Robert Whitaker with a very successful light heavyweight debut against Nikita Krylov. Broke his jaw. 1 minute in the third round. Gable Stevenson, very impressive UFC debut. Defeated Allison KO, 2 minutes, 31 seconds in the first round. Cody Garbrandt, another TKO loss. Adrian Yanez. And then just another, submission, TKO, decision, KO, decision, TKO, TKO, KO, TKO. So, wow. Judges take the night off. And I don't see the main event going to the judge's decision. So, I think I'm like, I know I picked Patty, I know I picked Mario, and I know I picked Max. So, but last night was something I wasn't really big into, but I'm getting into it. Power Slap 21, and yes, we gotta talk about it because one of our boys, one of our dudes, it hurts to say, hurts to look, but Jake Hager, yes, Jack Swagger, got knocked out. Yes, by Adpreet Singh, who is also another former wrestler. KO in the third round. I watched it. Jake summoned him in the first round. Didn't really get, effect in the first, or, his taking his slap. Second slap, stunned him. Then the other one that Jake didn't stun him, but the third slap from Singh knocked him out cold. The main event wasn't very good. It was kind of a snooze fest. They had the women flyweight championship for the first time. That wasn't good. But, the Puerto Rican pretty boy, won. These names are amazing. The Crazy Hawaiian, Brian Baby Yoda, Scrambler, defeated Anthony the King Frank. So I want to say this is a fight where Baby Yoda smacked the King first. And then the other fighter was like, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. So he quit. I want to say this is the same one. Scrambler entered the bout as one of the division's fastest riding. The Frank meanwhile was aiming for a title shot. The DQ came early, suggesting either a dangerous illegal strike or a technical foul that ended the fight before the bell. Wow. So that's insane. But, that's Power Slap. I was so against Power Slap when it first arrived. I was like, this is enough. This is stupid. It's got into their 21st episode or 21st event. It's stupid. I even joke about Power Slap on stage, but, nobody's got hurt. Nobody's died. So, it's stupid. It's unsafe. Is it? But, we're going to move on, though. We're going to move on because I got to get ready for Conor. We might just stay here, watch Conor fight. I don't know. But we do got to talk about this. We're going to move on to the MLB. The MLB Draft was today. And the Chicago White Sox, with the first pick, select Rock Kalowski from the UCLA. Yes, we talked about last show. It was a little up in the air. But he was the first pick, UCLA. He is now a White Sox. Congrats. Welcome to the team. Grady Emerson went to the Rays. Von Lackey to the Twins. Jackson Flora to the Giants. Derek Kroll to the Pirates. Zion Rose to the Royals. Eric Booth Jr. to the Orioles. Drew Burris to the Athletics. Adrian Garcia to the Braves. And Tyler Bell goes to the Rockies. But we got the first pick. It is who we thought it was going to be. And, I'm very excited to see him. He broke down when he got called. And, it's a pretty good time for the White Sox. I'm not going to lie. We went through such bad seasons. Last 2 years, we had the worst record of ever. And we're bouncing back. Speaking about bouncing back, Murakami is back. He's expected to be in the lineup. I think yesterday, you got to get a little bit of a stat on him. But he is going to be in the home run derby. We are going to talk about the home run derby. We're going to do not a live show, but we're going to watch the home run derby. Murakami, he's my pick to win it all, obviously. But yeah, next Monday and Tuesday is a home run derby and all-star game. One person who's not going to be in the all-star game is the biggest all-star himself, Shohei Ohtani. He has pulled out a knee irritation. See, this is the thing. The all-star game used to be a prestigious award. You worked half the season to get an all-star. Being an all-star is something you want on your record, your resume. When you retire, you want it to be 10-time all-star, 11-time all-star. Now it's just another game in the summer, you know? So I think more people need to really get into, hey, I'm an all-star, and I'm going to play in this game. Some of the greatest baseball games were all-star games, you know? I remember back in like 2002, it was like a tie, and they were like, what should we do? And they were like, I'm tired, I'm going to go home. So they just ended in a tie. And I know like some baseball players like, well, you know, my pinky toe hurts. I don't want to play the all-star game. But the home run derby we're going to talk more about Monday. Murakami, good for him. I'm excited. White Sox still in first place. And we just got the first pick in the draft. So it is good for the White Sox. Little bit of NHL news. The Washington Commanders are retiring Hall of Fame running back John Riggins, number 44. More than 40 years after he scored a touchdown on one of the most famous runs in Super Bowl history. He becomes the 7th player in franchise history to have his number retired. Ask me the other 6, I can't tell you. But I can tell you Adam Vinatieri became perhaps the greatest kicker in NHL history by making kicks he has never seen. He is scheduled to be enshrined in the Pro Football Hall of Fame next month. But Vinatieri Wednesday was announced as the next player to be inducted in the Indianapolis Colts Ring of Honor. So good for him. I know Vinatieri, you know. But I guess we were just, you know, we're just gonna do a watch along now. You know, instead of going off and messing up and restarting it, we're just gonna do a watch along. We're gonna do the news and, you know, NBA news. Let's see, LeBron James, he's gonna be anywhere he wants to. Alex Barbero. Where's LeBron James going to go? There was candidates. The Cleveland Cavaliers. What can the Cavs offer LeBron James? Play with James Harden. $42.3 million. The Nuggets can offer James. You know, these are the teams. But I think I think LeBron James is going to go to Golden State Warriors. I don't think he's going to go Miami Heat. The Minnesota Timberwolves, the 76ers, I don't see it. But out of these 6 teams, that is most likely going to be where he's going to go Golden State Warriors, LeBron James, and his career in California, just like he is continuing. But I guess we'll just do a watch along right here. Max Holloway is coming out. He's out. He's in the fighter circle. He's ready to end this hype, you know. Listen, also, too, about Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor is the biggest MMA fighter of all time. You know, it's not me saying that, and I'm not saying that to, like, boost the guy. If you didn't live in... if you weren't a hardcore fan, you wouldn't know that he was coming back. Like, yeah, there's a couple billboards, and yeah, when you walk by some casinos, it's like Conor McGregor. But, like, the commercials, they didn't have, like, a huge, like, press conference with Conor McGregor. The weigh-ins were at T-Mobile. You figure, like, with Conor coming back, they would be in a spectacular. I think they really just busted their load on the White House card, and Conor got the rest of it. You know, this is like, pre-jizz of what's left of all that UFC hype on the White House. But, Las Vegas, we're going to go back to basketball. Buzz circulating through Thomas and Mack on Thursday night. As Anthony Davis, Trae Young, Cooper Flag, and Jalen Williams navigated their way to courtside seats. Yes, number 1 pick, AJ Dimonsta, I will get his name right before the season starts, looked really good, led all plays with 27 points and 7 rebounds in 26 minutes to power Washington to a 92-88 win. But the biggest news coming out, Victor Wembanyama has agreed to a 5-year, $252 million maximum rookie scale contract extension with the San Antonio Spurs. So good for Victor. I didn't see him going anywhere else. He's going to be a Spur pretty much his whole career. He might do the Giannis route where he'll leave San Antonio later in his career, get a ring or two, but yeah, San Antonio is in good hands for the next decade. Speaking about hands and not in good hands, former Miami Heat teammates Bam Adebayo and Tyler Herro got into a physical altercation in Las Vegas. Some guys can't handle Vegas. During which Bam struck Herro in the head area. So the altercation occurred at a practice court in Las Vegas hotel. It started when Bam approached Herro about comments the guard made, critiquing the center of social media after their 7-year run as teammates in Miami ended when Herro was traded to Milwaukee. So, yeah. So, honestly, man, now that Conor's coming back, I think I'm going to focus this on Conor McGregor. We have some, before we move on, I was going to do this whole thing about, we got to check on FIFA. We definitely got to check on FIFA World Cup. FIFA World Cup. I know, let's see, the last few days, let's see what's happening. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty on FIFA. Let's see. Last time we were on, we talked about USA losing. France defeated Morocco 2-0. England over Norway. Yes. Holland is over. Yes. His Norway is out. England has moved on. And let's see. Switzerland, Argentina. I think Switzerland just won. Is that what that means? I don't know how these things work. 111th minute. I think they're trying to give Messi. Is that right? Messi plays on Argentina? I don't know soccer. I'm sorry. Yeah, Messi plays on Argentina. So they're kind of like Messi. All right, score so you can move on. But right now it looks like Switzerland is doing good. France and Spain are going to face the semifinals. England is determining the winner of Switzerland and Argentina. So, France and England might just see, like we just see with Patty and Benoit Saint-Denis. I swear, I know we picked France to win overall. But, France and England, good for them. That would be a good semifinal or finals. I don't really care. Like, hockey, soccer. But, so FIFA's been good. Okay, let's see. So, we're officially turning around. Conor McGregor is coming out to the cage. Wow, I'm going to update the profile after the co-main event ended very quickly. I'm joining the live to watch along Conor McGregor versus Max Holloway. So, yeah. So, I had this whole thing where we're going to talk about the hot dog eating contest, July 4th. I don't know if you can tell there's a documentary about 7-Eleven. We were going to talk about a 7-Eleven documentary because today is 7-Eleven. And 7-Eleven is a great, great place. I don't know if anybody's ever, everybody's been 7-Eleven. I was going to give you the whole history of 7-Eleven. We're going to talk about, everything that's been going on, the history of 7-Eleven. But I think we got to focus on Conor. I mean, this is it. This is the main event. Conor is coming out. He is in the fighter circle. So, we're actually going to do this. We're going to move this a little bit. I guess we just keep it right there. Move this a little bit. Move the light over. We can turn this off because it's not about 7-Eleven anymore. It is about Conor McGregor. Let's see. Let's be honest. I've never been a fan of Conor McGregor. Not because I his outside stuff, I never liked, never cared for. And also Conor fell in that category. He always fought people that I loved. I loved Jose Aldo. So when he knocked him out 50 seconds, it's like, F Conor. I love Nate Diaz. So the Nate Diaz fights, I was like, F Conor. Cowboy Cerrone, I was like, all right, cool, that's good to see. I love Dustin Poirier. So, it wasn't Conor the fighter that I was against so much as Conor McGregor the person. But listen, I'll be honest. No matter what I say about Conor McGregor, his performance against Eddie Alvarez was one of the best performances ever. Ever. What he did to Eddie Alvarez, UFC 205. I love doing this MMA game that I do every Friday. It's MMA trivia. And I don't know. You tell me what UFC 226 is. I have no, what is UFC 297? I have not a fucking clue. I can tell you who made event in UFC 90. UFC 107, 2009. But Conor is in the octagon for the first time since 2021. And let's not forget, it's not like he fought so many times before that. 2021, he fought Poirier back and forth. Then he fought Donald Cerrone 2020. Then Khabib fight was 2018, 2019. You know, he did that Floyd Mayweather fight in 2017. So, I don't want to. But yeah, hey, they got a new Spider-Man movie, brand new day, July 31st. We're definitely going to get excited for that too. But Conor McGregor and Max Holloway are inside the octagon. Yes, Conor McGregor is officially back. When's Conor coming back? Are we going to see Conor? Those talks are over. Conor 37, 5'9", 170.5 pounds. Max 34, 5'11", 170. Holloway making a UFC welterweight debut. Conor 22-6. He is the underdog. Max Holloway 27-9. He is the favorite. Bruce Buffer in his best pink and sparkly, flowery suit. Let me see. I want to actually listen to some of this, you know. Let's see. They're calling the commission. Athletic Commission judges Derek Cleary, Sal D'Amato, and Chris Lee. Wow, I did not expect that man. Oh, there he is, Mike Beltran, who had such a big showing at Power Slap last night. He was like, plant your feet, stay in the box. Yes, sir. But Conor, he's got a mohawk. You know, that infamous Gorilla King tattoo he's got. McGregor with the tattoo. Max is sporting new ink too. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. Wow, okay, I'm excited. I got Conor third. Oh no, I got Max third round. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't see this fight going to decision. You know, do you ever get those pit in your stomach when you're watching sports? You know, I don't want to make this too loud because I don't want to copyright, and I don't think I will because it's a sound. It's time. It is time. The main event of UFC 329. 5 rounds in the UFC welterweight division. Introducing first, Max Bless Holloway. Honolulu. Oh no, Wainani, Hawaii. 19-2 as a UFC favorite. 19-2. Wainani, sorry. Never been to Hawaii. I would love to go to Hawaii. Oh. Former UFC featherweight champion. Former BMF champion. But we don't care about that belt because that's a fake belt. The Fighting Pride of Hawaii. Oh, man, look at that crowd. Look at that crowd. I think, you know, this is a big fight, but I think Conor returned. It doesn't feel as big, maybe because of the White Houses a few weeks ago. But Conor's out, man. The last 5 years, he's just, 22-6. Fighting out of Dublin, Ireland. Rematches since 2010. Winner of first won 70%. But this fight is a lot different than the first time. Max. I don't want to say Max has a lot of knockout power. Max doesn't really knock out people. He submits people. He TKOs people. The one, the only, the notorious Conor McGregor. Alright, seeing Conor in the cage back, seeing Conor in the octagon is, we'll see. What happens if Conor wins? Is he going to fight next year, January? Is he going to go fight, Gaethje? I would love to see him fight Gaethje. Oh, they touch gloves? Alright, touch gloves. There's no animosity, I don't think, in this fight. Let's see what happens. Alright, we are ready. We are ready. The T-Mobile Arena just down the street is ready. Conor McGregor, the 5-year layoff officially is over. And here we go. Wow. All right, here we go. Conor comes out with a big kick falls on his ass twice. Oh my God, did he hurt himself? What is Conor doing? Get up, Conor. Max already has him. What the heck is this? What a weird start for Conor McGregor. He's on his back. Max is just... Conor's up kicking Max. This is such a weird start. Okay, now they're back on their feet. Alright, now they're back on their feet. See, Max is smart. He goes for the leg kicks. If Conor, he'll just... Oh. He's hurt. Conor McGregor's leg is hurt. Conor McGregor's leg is hurt and he can barely stand. This fight is going to end a minute in. What a fight this has been. Oh my God, Conor cannot stand on his feet. Every time Conor can barely stand. Wow, something is wrong with Conor. Something is wrong with Conor McGregor. That's it. A minute and 3 seconds. A minute. The worst fight in UFC history. The embarrassment. What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? That was the worst moment in UFC history. Maybe this is why you didn't see Conor on the embeddings. Maybe this is why you didn't see Conor going crazy on social media. He can barely stand. Conor McGregor, what the fuck was that? Excuse my French, child LGBT, but what the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? Oh my God. That was a minute and 3 seconds. Dumb. Conor McGregor, you just won the Bratwurst Award of this week. You stupid. No, I don't want to say stupid. Excuse me, Conor. You're a multimillionaire. You're a hell of a fighter. But what were you thinking? You just hurt your leg. You're coming out of your first fight in 5 years with leg kicks. You can barely stand. That was what the was that? That was absolutely insane. Conor McGregor. What? Get your money back, folks. Get your money back. Because whatever that was, whatever we just saw was, listen, oh my God, I cannot imagine. What a weird world we live in. Wow. That was embarrassing. That was embarrassing. That was the... Listen, if the White House card that night was the highest UFC has been this year, this Conor McGregor return is the lowest point. And I'm not trying to take shots at Conor, but that was just abnormal. Somebody get Michael Chandler in there to fight Max Holloway, because I want to see a main event fight. What was that? What was that? That was... What the... Wow. What the fuck? I'm sorry. This is just a live reaction of... Wow. Wow. I'm sorry. I'm just getting comments right now about the fight. Is the fight over? Yes, Alex, it is over right now. Dominator Patty, yes, I see all that. I see the comments now. But what the heck was that? But we're going to wait for the official decision. Max Holloway has left the cage. Max Holloway is out of the cage. He's leaving. He's not even getting the champion or the winners announcing. Conor is still in the cage. Wow. The worst moment in UFC history. That is the worst moment in UFC history. That, I'm sorry. You know, I this kind of takes a little bit of my you know. Max is back in the cage. We'll wait till the official decision, then we're gonna get off, because that was horrible. If you didn't see it, Conor comes out with a wild kick. falls on his ass. Max is like, throwing some punches. Conor separates. Conor goes for under the kick. Something happens to his leg. Falls down again. Conor gets up. Wow. This is horrible. Wow. So maybe that's why you didn't see Conor McGregor on, because people talking about Conor not being on unbedded. I didn't see unbedded. I didn't watch it. But yeah, once we get this, once we get the main event, we'll get out of here. But wow, yeah, I don't think anything gets worse than that. Conor McGregor, we don't give Bratwurst awards. We're gonna give that to you on Monday. But 1 minute and 9 seconds by TKO Max Holloway. Oh my, what the that was terrible. Terrible. Wow, alright guys. Yeah, let's give it up to Conor McGregor. But hey, guys, you know what? I'm gonna get off because that is insane. But Max Holloway won. He's a winner. Conor McGregor, we're never gonna see you fight again. So let's just do I'm sorry, wow, okay, so Brat Said That, episode 75 in the books, just like Conor McGregor's career. We got SummerSlam coming up. CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship. But before that, we got Saturday Night's main event next week, which hopefully the main event will be a lot better than what we just saw. Kenny Omega is the new AEW champion. McGregor is back, and that's it. That's literally what I said on my show notes. Conor McGregor's back, and that's it. UFC Hall of Fame. Shout out to Syndicate. Yes, Syndicate MMA. Gym of the Year, John Wood. Coach of the Year. I'm so happy for you. So overall, I got Max, I got Patty, I got Mario. So the first three, I really only missed Kavanaugh McKinney. MLB, Shohei is not going to be in the Hall of All-Star game, but Home Run Derby and the All-Star game we'll be talking about Monday. I'm excited for that. Victor's agreed a 5-year deal. Oh my God, I'm just blown away. And let me see a final FIFA score before that. FIFA World Cup. I think it is official. I think Switzerland. Did Switzerland win? Oh, how did Argentina win 3-1? Whatever, it's all rigged to have Messi win anyway. And then, we were going to do the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest, but... And then 7-Eleven, so... man, this is really sucked the life out of my stream. But hey, this stream was a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and a whole lot of Brat. So, love yourself, love each other, and, that was the worst main event I think I've ever seen in my 16 years of non-stop watching MMA. But I'm gonna get off now, so love yourself, love each other, but don't love whatever that was. Alright, good night.